Come away with the ball. Oh, given away awfully. And Diogo Jota for Liverpool. It's absolutely brilliant.
Completely bottled that one. All right, then, people. Welcome to the stream. Like, share, comment if you do so. Friday vibes, you know how it goes. We are here to have a good time and just do some chatting. You know how it goes. If it's not agenda, we don't agenda. So we're just gonna agenda because the agendas have to agenda. Yeah. So this one we're gonna be the main topic this week is actually is Vini Jr. overrated, but we have a few topics to jump on before. I know somebody's here just for that one, like literally for that topic today, because I told him and he's like, yeah, not gonna miss it. So without further ado, RJ, what's up?
Wagwan.
There. And again, we have a Manchester City correspondent in the building. It's Mr. Football Plus Life. Mr. Avian, you ready for Avian?
Yes, man, I'm ready.
All right, sweet. So it looks it's one of them streams this week where football is back to where it was last week. Was a really tough one because we have the passing of Diego Jota and we're gonna run the little video we make right throughout the season and stuff like that, just for pay tribute to really talented footballer that lost his life like way too soon. Like way too soon, and just gonna do that for the rest of the season. That's gonna be the intro for the season and stuff like that. But with the agendas that need to agenda and the trolling needs to go on, we have to talk about our favorite club that keep on giving, the club that gives more than they take it away, and that is Arsenal signing Madueke. That was a shot news. RJ, let me jump from your side. What about that? What do you think about that signing?
I don't think it's a bad signing, honestly. Reinforcement like that. he was promising. I think it was at PSV with Gakpo, and they were doing really well. He made the move to Chelsea, hoping that things would work out better, but with the change of ownership and managers time and time again, didn't really work out. So I think this is a new chapter for him, and I don't think that's a bad signing, honestly. It's just with consistency, just like when he was at PSG, he can step up. But the question is, will he get that at Arsenal?
See, this is go on, Avian. What do you have to say about that? About the
No,
the signing?
no, I missed that part. My system dropped and I just rejoined. What
Okay,
was the question?
it's about the Madueke signing to Arsenal. What do you make of that signing? Because I just believe that Arsenal is a club that keep giving. Riddick said it's a good signing. You said, Riddick?
Yeah, it's not a bad signing.
Not a bad signing. Oh, the avian Wi-Fi, I kill him. I kill him today.
Nah.
I kill him. All right, so let me give my thoughts on the signing. Hear me now. Going into this window, Arsenal needed, you would say, a striker.
Mm-hmm.
You would say left wingers because so far they've been struggling with players on the left.
Yeah.
You would say the Zubamendi deal is a good deal because again, it's a player that they need. I know a lot of people going off the Zubamendi thing. We needed him. Join Arsenal, good player because I still believe if we did have Zubamendi, he would have done a better play, be better than what Gravenberch is. That's just my belief, right? Now, them signing Madueke at this point is not a priority signing, and this is why I make the signing bad. Is a amount of money that they pay because Madueke is a right winger. It's not a left winger, and you need a left winger because we see Madueke play for Chelsea. When he play on the left, is a completely different player than when he play on the right. Put Madueke on the right, Madueke look unplayable. Put Madueke on the left, you start to a prop like the left side of the field in game not developed to that level yet on the left, right? So I believe that, and 52 million, knowing what you needed to get in the transfer window when it before the window closed from January, you realize that you need a striker. You realize that you need a left winger. You realize that you need to strengthen your midfield, which I believe that they did. And they could have brought one more player in to rotate with Odegaard, but you might have some youngsters where come through where you want to give them a chance to show them skill in that perspective. Cool. You get that. My thing though is this is where it come in. 52 million for Madueke when you refuse to pay an extra 5 million for Gyökeres. That is weird because you have to understand where your priorities lie. This reminds me of you remember the last couple of seasons at Liverpool with Jurgen Klopp, where he keeps signing players and it's not position that we need, but they're not bad players, but it's just not the position that we need. For example, I mean, I always question them just for keeping a balance. I always question them. The Gakpo signing as well, good signing, but again, when we sign Gakpo, we need a center mid. The Darwin Nunes signing, again, a lot of people was going off about it, but I'm like, how is he gonna score if we don't have a number 10? Like you have to put the right pieces together to get a good balance that can get you over the line. Sometimes it's not the name on the back of the jersey, it's just the balance. Buying Madueke as a right again, I would say pretty much is a backup to Saka, right?
Yeah.
So you spend 52 mil on a backup to Saka.
Hey, we don't know how Saka is going to be going into the season. Maybe the backup is very important.
The backup will be the backup will be important, but
Like,
it's a price. What is the price for the backup?
yeah. Well, we know when dealing with when Arsenal going for buy a player, they might go spend the money. Again, I don't think you say it's a backup. I don't think it is a bad buy, especially
Why?
how we've seen Saka being used for the last 5-6 seasons. We've had this conversation that what's happening to Saka now would have happened because the amount of game he's being played.
Which
This
is
might be the signing to give him a little competition, give him some well needed rest. You've heard me talk about that time and time again because you're running these players to the ground. A lot of them need that rest. So it might be they have Trossard on on the left with Martinelli.
Trossard gone.
Trossard gone?
Yep.
When?
Galatasaray
Okay.
bid come in already. Just for finalize stuff. And
Okay.
then
But
so this is
until he's him gone, Trossard is still there. Okay. Trossard is still there. And then say I'm agree, yes, but maybe somebody else come in. It's all but that right wing position to back up Saka, take that pressure off Saka. I think that was very important.
yeah.
I think it's a good
Yeah.
buy going into the season.
for the Trossard thing 11 hours ago agreed to join Galatasaray.
Yep.
That's 11 hours ago. This is what I'm saying, and hear me out. Them have one year that can play the position as a backup, right?
Yeah.
You have other. The problem is not the player. What make the deal bad? The problem is the amount spent when you have other holes in your team. It's like right now, if United go out and spend 50 something million for another centre back right now, when you need other positions for cover, you're complaining about the signing because it's not the priority of what you need. These, like a Madueke signing, should have been like, let's get all the priorities done first, and then we'll look for that, because that isn't a backup. Unless, as you said, you may be right, there might be something happening with Saka. Maybe Saka is going in for, haven't recovered fully from the injury, and he's not gonna start the season, so they're looking to cover. And there, the other problem is, when will Arsenal learn to stop buying from Chelsea?
No, have not any of their Chelsea signing worked out so far for them.
William Gallas,
Okay.
and to some extent Petr Cech till them play Chelsea in our final. Yeah, but Avian, your thoughts on the Madueke signing?
All right, so I'm caught between two roads with that. Yes, they need a backup for Saka. So yes, RJ mentioned that, or you mentioned that one way it could be the backup, but at the end of the day, I think they still need somebody more proven as well. So in that regard, it's a good buy. However, being that he is a backup, I think the price is too high, and I also think that there is more pressing need for a centre forward than an additional right winger right now. Not to say if they're able to go ahead and get the centre forward plus the backup right winger, then it's a good buy if they end up get the centre forward.
I am going to tell you why what other point as well make it a bad buy. Tottenham did the groundwork on Kudos, right? And Kudos play left wing, correct?
No, mostly an attacking mid center.
But he can play left wing. He can play out wide. And again, Kudos is a perfect Arsenal signing. A perfect signing. I'm going to tell you why Kudos is a perfect signing. And they should just, as soon as Spurs get West Ham to agree, them should just come in and make a bid. And match the bid for Spurs and convince Kudos. Because Kudos would have joined them over Spurs. Here why. Listen to me now. You're going to have a player who can play multiple positions in a Kudos. Including, him can move in to play number 10 role just in case you have a Odegaard problem. And him can play left. Fix your left and fix some of the cover for the number 10 role. Just in case Odegaard pick up a slight knock throughout the season. My thing is that the price that you pay for a backup for Saka is, how much Kudos move for?
30, I think.
No. I think I'm closer to 50.
Yes.
I think I'm closer to 50, 56.
I think slightly over.
Yeah. Let me find that fast. Yes.
I think about 52.
55 million.
Okay.
3 million more than what them just pay for Madueke. Again, it is. Me get it. Me fully understand the sense behind he's a backup for Saka, but you're spending $52 million to Chelsea, where again Chelsea finished below you, and if Chelsea want to get rid of a player, a team that below you will want to get rid of a player. We're not good enough for them. Shouldn't be good enough for a team we're challenged for the league.
Mm,
No, I would not agree with that still, you know.
either.
No,
It all
no.
depends on the
It,
play
it,
and if you
yes,
meet what you're looking for.
that is true. But if you're gonna buy a player from a team where play below you, you buy them starter.
You buy them what?
Starter. You buy the player where I start, not the player with up on the bench.
Oh, okay. I follow your point.
Listen,
Chelsea.
I don't only
Hold on,
see
really.
Madueke as the backup. I see he's a good contender for that starting position.
Okay, a
And
contender. Listen out, a
yeah,
contender to them star boy.
yeah, it's like
Okay, a contender to the star boy is a backup.
even you can look again. Like I said, I don't believe Saka is fully fit. It's a perfect
I get
player to,
it.
and
Yeah,
that's the only way I'm looking at it. You're looking at it as a fact. Yes, we understand that they need a striker. They have two striker in mind. They might try get Jokeres. Sporting still a hold out, and they're adamant on getting that player as their centre forward. Whether or not, if September 1st comes around and Arsenal does not have a centre forward, then yes, we can say this buy is irrelevant. But for now, they have time, then still I'll work it
yeah, but
out.
it's not just
So
the
we'll see
problem
how it
is,
goes.
the problem is it's not just the center forward.
Mm.
There's a whole left hand side because they're gonna try to get rid of both players on the left hand side.
Well, then again, if they might try get rid of both players on the left hand side, that's a starting position. For Madueke, whether
Yes,
he's
but
good at it or not, if him have that position over time, it's either improve your sink or swim.
yes, Riddick, I get that point, but you have to also look at the point of where Arsenal is and what Arsenal is trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal is not trying to finish top four. You dig?
Mm.
They're not trying to finish top four. Arsenal are trying to challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Your Justice City went out to the market and pick up Cherokee and who else gonna pick up again?
Grinders.
And Rangers. And in a January, then bring in the hottest prospect out of Bundesliga afterwards. Right? You see that these are the teams where you are challenged. You turn around and you see Liverpool on it and say, okay, Trent on. Liverpool turn on and bring in Vert and bring in a right back and a left back. You can't turn around and say you are going to challenge these teams and I buy backup. You have to buy players who are going, because again, you have to look on the broader prospect of if you're challenging for top four, yes, Amadueke is siding as a backup, perfect. If you're in a Manchester United position where Manchester United look to get back to the top, sure, Amadueke signing make perfect sense. But when you're at the top, I look for challenge. You don't buy from the backup from the team below you. Name one time Pep buy a backup from a team below him. Name one time Alex Ferguson buy a backup from a team below him. Unless you're going to get these players for very, very cheap. Amadueke coming in for 20 million would have make sense. Them understand the move. Amadueke coming in for 52 million no make no sense, and this now becomes a banter transfer. Unless Madueke go out there and bench Saka. This is the only thing turn around that transfer. Is Madueke have to step out and bench Saka.
And that might not be the case. If you just say the left wing, maybe them buy him and plan for trust him on that left wing. So
Okay.
it might again, we don't know the player. We
Yes.
just see the transfer and I give
I can only go off a player. I can only go off of a player's history, right?
And I'm all right. We're going off of the player's history, the conditions in that where show the outcome of everything is like he was a very good prospect at PSG.
Playing PSV. Playing what position was he playing at PSV?
Right wing.
Okay, and that's where he cooked for PSV.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes, in cook on the right for PSV, right?
And then he got Chelsea.
Yes, in a workout fee because
But when he
just he
looked
what
good at
he
Chelsea,
yeah,
what position was he playing?
you said it right.
Only the right.
Okay.
When him go up on the left, him look lost.
Okay.
No, you have to put context to it. Developing the player to become a good left winger is not a bad idea if the player willing to develop.
But you,
Challenging for a league, you don't have time for that.
okay.
You have to remember, look on the context. This is a sink or swim season for Arteta. This is not Arteta phase 1. This is Arteta phase 5 point something where Arsenal fan want to tell about. Because they don't want to go past stage 5. Am I going to phase 6, 7, right? At these signings were coming right now. Look and make Arsenal get out of the top 4. Tottenham has done better business signing kudos over Arsenal with Madueke.
Not only kudos, they sign and they must sign Gibbs White as
No,
well.
them that off of the table. Forest report them to the Premier League for tapping up.
Well,
Really?
yeah. Still think it's on the table.
It might be on the table, but Forest want more money.
But I'm release clause them a player.
Yeah.
They're paying the release clause. They're reporting them saying, yeah, they talk to the player, them a tap up the player, and them need that to cease if they want to go forward. So the deal is still on the table for them.
Big up
pay
yourself,
the
delusional West
to pay the release clause. So brilliant business, fantastic business.
Yeah, and for me, Spurs, we're doing good. We're doing good. Spurs have been doing amazing business, and if this is the problem, if Spurs end up getting Wisa as a part of that deal to get Wisa into Spurs, Spurs top 4. And that's it, because I don't believe Spurs team is as bad as where it finished last season. I just think Ange just pushed the players them over the limit. I don't think Spurs is as bad as where they finished, but again, we will see. But if you look at the business where Spurs has done, it's positions that they need. They needed somebody on the left we can play on the left, because let's be honest, Son isn't the Son when they were Son and Kane. And them went out and them signed Akudos. Akudos signing is something where Arsenal should have signed. That should be an Arsenal type signing. A player will have a high potential. We play in the position where you want him to play, but just have an off season. If you look on the club stat here and look what the club them are go for, a Madueke should be a Spurs signing, and a Kudo should have been an Arsenal signing, where you have the reverse role. The question, there's a lot of questions need to be asked about Arsenal and what is their objective for the season. Because you have to put fire with fire. That is how you have to win. You're looking to win the league. You have to put fire with fire. You see City go out and you see what City do in the transfer window, the last 2 windows. You go out and you see where Liverpool do in the last 2 windows, and you know you have a challenge. This is not an if, but, or maybe. You know you have a challenge. And when you have to challenge, you have to go out and make a statement. You don't have to be dropping 100 million here, dropping 100 million there, but you have to make sure, say, Gyökeres or Sesko, whichever one on the side get wrapped up early. You have to make sure, say, your left side get locked up early. Spend the money and get rid of the players them after. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, and this is correct about Kudos. He will turn him around. And this is the thing, is you're looking next season. Spurs have a front line of Kulusevski one side, Kudos on the other side, Maddison in the 10, and Solanke. Solanke had a bad season, but let's remember Solanke's coming off of a great season at Bournemouth. It's just the system never fit him. No, that's a good front line because we all know if Kulusevski a cook, Kulusevski a cook. And if Kudo's happy and not fighting a training, we're gonna see a good Kudos. So I think that Spurs might push back for back in the Champions League. And I wouldn't be surprised with Arsenal if these are the type of business Arsenal are continue to do for the rest of the transfer window, that they might be challenging for top 4. And it could be a case this season, I may call it early. Manchester United haven't done any business yet, but if Manchester United get them shit together, Spurs is getting their shit together. Could be a case where both teams finish over Arsenal.
I think you're up on a stretch with that one.
Okay. All right. You said the same thing last season when Mr. City now go win the league. But again, the problem is, Riddick, you have to understand this as well. How many seasons now Arteta is at Arsenal?
5 or 6.
How much? What has he won outside since he's there? FA Cup in his first season, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first title challenge and bottle 8-point lead, correct?
Yeah, they did.
The second title challenge, City just chased them down and beat them up, correct?
I don't think that it was a chase.
It was a chase down. Them in a lead. City chased them down and beat them up. It beat we up too. But we didn't have we didn't have injury problems, but then beat we up too. Not gonna lie about that. The third season, when it's supposed to be their season, Liverpool bring in a new coach and win the league, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What the players are looking at is who is coming into the club for help win with the league. When you look around and see the signing of the Brentford midfielder, not a bad signing, good backup, but matter from the players though, the star players will look at City and see who City bring in, look at Liverpool and see who Liverpool are bringing in, and then them I get Kepa as a backup goalkeeper, Norgard as a backup midfielder, and now them I get Madueke as a backup winger. So the star players them for Arsenal looking around and all them I see are coming a backup. Nobody now coming to elevate the team. As much as you want to look at it as a stretch, it could get to the point where you have Arsenal, just due to them business with them do, demotivate the squad. It only take this for if you're there work and you're at work, right? And you have some people that underperform. You are hitting numbers, you have some people that underperform. But at the end of the year, you hit your targets. Next year come around and you expect, say, listen, me I carry the whole team. Would I like for them hire somebody that can help me out? And they hire 3 people who were worse than the people that you have. What is your motivation for next season?
That is so, because in order to push a spot forward, either you bring in persons that are better than we have or in the same league as we have so they can challenge each other. So
Exactly.
these players coming in, the players that are there now probably feel that there's no challenge. So their spots are safe. And when that's a team now, there's not much effort, there's a lot of reluctance. And as I said, there's no push, you know?
Yeah, there's no push.
So,
There's no motivation throughout the squad.
because when you purchase backup players instead of players that will contend for a spot.
It happened to Liverpool. That is the reason why we went so long without winning the league. Because instead of after we win the league, instead of we went out and buy players, where if we win the league again, we end up buying some kids and some backup. See, Westbrook here with another good message where saying that Manchester United with no Europe, if they get Mbeumo and add a midfielder too, I mean they could bounce back next season, and that's it. It's one game a week. They could bounce back, and again, nobody now say bounce back the challenge, but a 5-spotter get your Champions League. The pressure is on, and we see this is the problem is that the pressure is on with with the Arteta. The pressure is on with everybody. This should be a statement window where Arsenal are go out and make a statement and say, listen, this season the league is ours. Where you have Liverpool and make the statement say, listen, we want it back. And City and make the statement and say, listen, we are come back for a throne. Where Arsenal made the statement has been like, we need this Champions League money.
Yeah. That's definitely what I was thinking. And trust me, it all boils down to some of the owners them as well. Now, once they're able to get the Champions League money, they don't care about it.
Yeah, I am FSG out for a whole time. I might end up changing my tune now. I mean, we assign star players. Let's see who them sign up front. It is one of those. Newcastle make signings. Newcastle are bringing players. Chelsea are bringing players. Chelsea are improve. Talking about Chelsea, they're in the Club World Cup. They're about to win 2 trophies this season after $1 billion spent. Everybody laugh at the $1 billion spent, including myself. They're about to do a European double in an off season. So it's one of those where you have to look at I hate it because I wanted Eze at Spurs for years, but he wouldn't be a top signing for Arsenal. Yeah, again, Eze play better in the 10, you would say, right? Or right wing. Eze.
Both. Doesn't matter. Right wing or
That would be a good
number
signing.
10. Yeah.
That would be an excellent signing. But the question is, can they still meet Crystal Palace valuation for Eze and meet Sporting valuation for Gyökeres after signing Madueke for 52 million?
Mm-hmm.
So
They did sign Zubimendi, right?
They signed Zubimendi. So technically, Arsenal has done 100 and how much I'm playing for? How much? So Arsenal has done 120 something million in the transfer window so far.
Yeah.
No, 130 something. Because they pay over Zubimendi release clause. They pay over the release clause because they want to pay it in an installment. So then pay 55 million for Zubimendi, 55.8. Then pay 52 million for
Kudos.
Madueke, which turn round for be 100 and where put that now? Say 107.
Mm-hmm.
And then pay 6 million for Kepa, which put that 113.
13.
And then pay 10 million. How much I pay for Norgard? How much I pay for Norgard, Riddick?
Let me check. I think Norgard was what, 7 mil?
No, more than that.
15.
15.
Yeah.
So how much were they there? Were they there 100 and
That's about 120.
28.
yes, so that's a 128. So then I push close to 130. And then I push close to 130. Spent already a 1 player sign for start. right? That is the problem. So you see where the problem come in now. So if them
Probably they're saying probably the current backup that they have, whatever they're bringing in now, is a better backup for those backups.
yeah, so still I look again. Westbrook is right. Palace still I look around 65 to 70 for Eze.
Which is rightfully so. He's worth that.
And Yaka and Sporting look the same price for Yaka. So that's still another what 130 to 140. Push 150 still for coming in. So 250 million. And out of the 250 million you spend, you only sign 3 players where start. Are good enough for challenge for your starting position.
Yo, this are going too much, man. We have too much to talk about. Move on from Arsenal. Can't make them take up a whole
No,
segment.
no. We are move on now because we are move on to the greatest team in the world, the best team in the world right now.
PSG.
PSG.
Yep.
PSG. Without a doubt, I would say PSG are the best team in the world. Right.
Well, Hakimi and Nuno Mendes, they are on fire.
So we're saying PSG are doing a quad this season.
I think so.
Yeah,
Not betting against them.
Yeah, them deal with Real Madrid away, like completely dismantle Real Madrid.
But to go off what you just said, right? You said the best team in the world played against a bunch of good players because I don't believe Real Madrid is a team. It's
Not
from
yet.
not yet.
Them still at work on building the team.
Yeah, so I don't think it's just a group of talented individuals right now playing together, and that's just it. The season before, they were a team. They had the component, yes, because what they had that season that they don't have now is an actual striker, somebody that will play up front. Yes, people will clone and say Joselu wasn't it, but he was there playing when they won the Champions League and the league. A player like that completes the team. That's what they don't have. They have 3 players that want to play on the left. They want Mbappe wants to play on the left. Vinicius has the left, and Rodrigo is finding himself that can play the right but wants to play on the left. So and they don't have a striker, somebody that wants to play up front because Mbappe don't. He does not. He's come out and said that people know that he wants to play off the left. So they're not a team. They're not ready.
Mbappe is the new Zlatan. Just pointing it out. But anyways, I'm gonna say this right now, right? Real Madrid has not have a team for a couple of seasons. Well, hear me out. Real Madrid last season, the season before, moments. They had some moments.
I agree with that totally.
They had
Moments.
some
A lot of
moments.
shot
Not a
moments.
team, a moment. If you remember, City shit the bed for knock Real Madrid
Definitely.
out.
Wrong season.
Definitely.
I'm talking about a couple of seasons. I'm not talking about just last season. I'm talking about a couple of seasons ago. A couple of seasons.
2 seasons ago, and this is from 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, so Real Madrid has been one of the teams that has been running on moments for the last couple of seasons.
True.
However, this is what individual get you. Individual get like talented individuals get you over the line. I am not taking anything away from Real Madrid. I'm not saying that they're crap. It's just Ancelotti, all of Ancelotti years of coaching, he let talented individuals free to do whatever they want to do. So therefore, you will score, but Real Madrid know how the coach it himself know how to unlock these individuals, get in their head and get them to do whatever he wants to do. The thing now is that when you look at it now, Xabi Alonso is a coach for want him team for press, for run. Real Madrid have come from a coach, which is Ancelotti, who just believe in a, listen what me I say, pick up the ball, do what you need to do, call it a day. That's the difference. So now when I'm in this new system, the new system, you can realize with the game against PSG, the press was so relentless that Real Madrid doesn't have a clue what to do. No, a team is also matched back to the face of the manager. Real Madrid have a lot to do in this we call it, the next couple of transfer windows. I believe the sale of Rodrigo, as soon as them figure out if they want to let him go, yes or no, which is no after the Club World Cup ends, him moving is gonna bring in the man go out and sign a right winger, a left winger, like a proper left winger.
A left winger.
A left winger, brother. They have 3 people who want to play left wing
A,
I mean
already.
right
a
winger, sorry.
right winger.
Right. My bad. Friday, brother. Friday. Come on, man. Give me at least a break for that. A Friday. We all tired. It's a Friday. A Friday, brother. Jesus Christ. Don't beat me, so.
I'm
Don't
not
beat me so
saying
on the
I'm not.
Friday.
They need a. I don't think so. And they need a striker. I think
They
that.
need both. They
I
don't
think
need.
that's
They
so.
don't need just but they do need a right winger as well because they don't have one. That's a problem. They don't have a right winger, then they have a striker, and they will not buy a striker because on long as Mbappe put that jersey on him, have to play with it and tell him to play it.
Mm.
This is not PSG where Mbappe can dictate where he wants to play. This club is bigger than Mbappe on every single level.
Mm-hmm.
So Mbappe will have to play with them telling him to play, which is, guess where?
Up
As a
front.
striker.
Yeah, but like I said, they have time to figure their things
No,
out.
they know.
The team is young.
This team don't have time. This is Real Madrid. There's no such thing as time. You want time? You go to Arsenal. Real Madrid no give time. This is the club with soccer manager 4 games in.
Who that?
Where the name where they come from? The Spanish coach.
They never. I know 4 games in, man.
How much then? In the past 10?
Yeah, man, in past 10.
You sure?
Yeah, Lopetegui did past 10.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because the Spanish season start after the Premier League, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, him did past 10, man. I did Lopetegui or Solari.
Lopetegui. Which are one of the worst coach we ever see. But yeah. But that's it.
PSG is so good to watch. They're electric. I don't see a weakness in them game.
No. I don't either. Like literally, I don't.
think Chelsea will put up a way better fight than Real Madrid in the final.
You have hope.
You might be
No,
you might be right. I don't think him past 10 game because of October after 5-1 defeat, they sack him.
And La Liga start ending in August.
No, La Liga always start the 3rd week of August. Or
So the ending of August.
the 2nd or the 3rd week. Get it right.
3rd week, the ending of August. La Liga start a week or 2 after the Premier League.
Oh boy. No, you. Something wrong with the computer, yeah.
It's all good, man. But yeah, I don't think. Listen, what we see, PSG did with we call it now Real Madrid is what them do with most teams.
Yeah. We see them do it with Atletico. We see them do it with Inter in the final.
Yeah. it's just one of those. It is they finally Kvaratskhelia came into to PSG and he was the missing piece.
bro, bro. Since he trust me, I think he's the one that spark everything.
Yeah, he did. Like, look at PSG before Kvaratskhelia come in. Before Kvaratskhelia went to PSG almost never made it outside of the group stage. Remember, PSG had to play a playoff against Manchester City
Yes,
to qualify, and it's right after Kvaratskhelia came in that changed
because
everything.
at the time before he was signing in January, PSG was playing some shitty ball game, just like City. At one
Yeah,
point, when that game was going, no one could tell which one is better, which one is worse.
yeah,
And trust
exactly.
me, after that signing, they are on fire.
Yeah, but anyways, we're going to the spicy topic now. We save the best for last, and the question I'm going to ask each one of you, I'm going to start with Avian on this: is Vinicius Jr. overrated? Do you think Vinicius Jr. is overrated?
Yes,
Yes. Why?
yes. For me, I don't see him as a player that when things is going bad, that he's able to drag the team over the line. If the team is playing good and he's on form, he's electric. But if the team is not firing, he ghosted in a lot of game and he become lukewarm. So for me, he's a very very good player. But when the going is getting tough, I don't see him.
So he's a Jack Grealish. All right.
I would not compare them.
All right, Riddick, what do you say? What do
I,
you say about this?
I don't think he's overrated.
You think
Oh,
he's just rated?
I don't think he's overrated. I think he's a pretty decent player. And
Okay.
but like our compatriot here said, he's not the player you want or should be in the position when the going gets tough. He's not that player that he'll try but it won't work. But I don't think he's over it. I think he's a brilliant player. It's just he relies on his team. So if the team isn't doing well, he's not going to do well, which is most players in the football world.
All right.
He's not the type of player that will always stand out or be the one to turn the tide. But once the team is doing well, you can expect Vinicius Jr. to be there to playing very good as well.
All
So
right.
that's my take.
All right. So this is my take on it. I think I agree with Westbrook here. I think it's a lot of recency bias when it comes down to Vinny Jr. And I pose a question because I want to pose a question, and this is it. Everybody has their opinion on it, and my thing. I don't think Vinny Jr. is overrated. I think what happened is a lot of recency in the last season or two. The whole
Two seasons going.
and hear me out. The last two seasons. Last season, Vinny had a really bad season,
Mm.
extremely bad season last season, right? The season before, he had an average season. Now Vinny is 25. That's something that people need to put in. They need to understand. Vinny had countless of moments winning the game single-handedly for Real Madrid, including one of the outstanding performances in the Champions League final against Liverpool, where he sniffed half a chance against Trent and put the ball in the back of the net. Yes, Courtois was the man of the match, but at the end of the day, Vinny did what he had to do. That's just one. I think what happened is Real Madrid team has become so unbalanced to the point where people are just easily sticking players on Vinny Jr. and it's just easily marking him out of the game because they can leave other areas on the field because the team is unbalanced. As you rightfully put it, there is no striker. There is no what do you call it? Right wingers again as well. The other thing that we have to take into consideration is, and it's something that we look up. We can't go around the stats because stats drive today's game, right? I am not one that big on stats because, like, I like to see what a player does on and off the ball. And I think that due to the fact that Vini Jr. did not get the protection that he needed to get by the Spanish FA, including when people kick him, all of that kind of stuff, it kind of mentally get to his game, because before the racism chance, before all of that come out, we saw a different player in Vini Jr. Now, let me just throw like a quick stat out there for Vini right now. Vini played 322 games for Real Madrid. Him score 106 goals with 83 assists. Those numbers are mad when you think about it. See, a 25-year-old. Which, if you do the math, that is a goal contribution every 1.7 game. That pointing to an elite player. An average player give you a goal contribution every 2 to 3 games. That's what average player put out. And yes, we can say, well, it is just the league that he's doing it in. But if we're looking at the Champions League, 68 game, 29 goals, 25 assists.
All right, so that what's his stats? How much games?
For Real Madrid or Champions League?
Real Madrid.
322 games, 106 goals, and 83 assists.
That's his stats.
Yeah.
So, and that includes La Liga only.
No, La Liga and Champions League.
All right.
And pretty much all competitions. All competitions.
Just because I bring up this as just out of curiosity, I just pull up our stats as well for one of my players. And he is 25 as well. Phil Foden, 361 game, 121 goal, 74 assists.
Yeah, but all right. The difference is, and hear me out now. The difference is at the level of competition. In England, them have the FA Cup, League Cup, where a lot of the goals come in from that. Phil Foden have 100 goals for City already. Impressive. Don't get me wrong, impressive. But at the end of the day, how much Champions League goal Phil Foden have?
Let's see now where it is.
Because
18.
Okay, so I have 18 Champions League goal. How much Champions League assists?
13.
13. How much Premier League goal?
61.
How much Premier League assists?
28.
All right. So very close. This is what I mean. Phil Foden is a good player. Good player give you, and if you calculate Phil Foden's stats, I bet it'll give you anywhere between 2 point something low goal to game ratio.
Yeah, about that.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like, this is where you become, if you look at a player and say, is he underrated or is he actually rated?
Rated. So you're saying he's rated.
Very rated. I don't believe that he's overrated. I also believe that if Pep trusts Phil Foden more, Phil Foden would have been one of the best players in the league.
I agree with you on that as well.
So this is not taking a shot at Phil Foden because Phil Foden is
No, 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 no.
extremely.
I was just pulling up a stat
Yeah.
just to compare with Vinny based on your
Yeah.
argument.
But Vini have 61 goals in La Liga and 40 assists.
Okay, so same in goal, 12
Assists,
more assists.
yeah, and 29 goals in the Champions League with 25.
29.
Yeah, with 25 assists.
Okay, so he's a Champions League player.
And this is where players get you make your name. You don't make your name playing against small cup competitions. You make your name when you go on the big stage. And this is going to show me age. And I will always say this: the best players in the world, them have World Cup highlights, them have Champions League highlights, and them have when they play against the best teams in them league highlights. The flat trap bullies don't have the same respect. Let's be honest. Zidane best highlight of Zidane career, which highlight? The volley against Bayern Leverkusen in our Champions League final.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Ronaldo, me not talk Cristiano, me not talk R9. Standing ovation at Manchester United. When he put everybody up on the ground to sit. In our Champions League. Kaká the same thing. And plus Ronaldo have the World Cup for back it and all this kind of stuff. What put Ronaldinho on the map? The free kick against England in our World Cup. Mbappe the same. It's not the French league that make Mbappe the player he is when doing at the World Cup.
Not only the World Cup, he was doing well
in the Champions League as well.
League.
Exactly. This is what make the players them the top player don't do it when Emma play against the minors. He do it in the Champions League, film country at the world and at the best stages.
Before we get to the World Cup, remember he was doing it at Monaco. Everybody did talk about Mbappe.
Exactly.
He did it against City. He was part of that Monaco team that knocked City out that year.
Yeah.
Teared on I remember they knocked out another team as well. He was one to watch around that time.
So when I really think about it, I know it's pretty easy for everybody to just jump on the Vini Jr. overrated bandwagon right now. But when you look at where him perform, is where big clubs need them big players to perform. Let's be honest. What is the difference between Phil Foden and Saka?
International football.
No, Foden has been performing on the big stage longer. This is the first season Saka shows him arrive when he play against Real Madrid. Declan Rice put his name on the map against Real Madrid. He was rated, but everybody look at Declan Rice different after the 2 free kick. You can't tell me look at Declan Rice different after them 2 free kick. This is where you get rated.
It was crazy.
And this is where I think the thing, world class gets thrown around a lot. Not everybody is world class. Not because they score a lot of goals, that means you're world class. Harry Kane is one of them who, for everything we him do, when he must show up in the big moments. Your team is big moments. Every top player in the world have a moment. You talk about even going through Man City. You know the Aguero moment.
Yep.
You know the Vini, the company moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
you know all of your legends, you know their moment.
Gundogan.
Exactly. You go through Manchester United is the same. You go through Liverpool are the same. Every top player in the world have to have a moment. You can't be rated if you don't have your moments. And the one who have more moments are the one that that excel to that world class level and stuff.
Although he's not there as yet, when you're mentioning moment, I remember the game against Newcastle, not this season that just ended, the season before,
Mm-hmm.
when Kevin De Bruyne passed the ball to Oscar Bob, and he just take it down on the spot and bang it. If he didn't score that goal, we wouldn't win the league. So trust me,
Problem
that's
is,
another moment.
that's a moment, but that's our first moment. It need
Yeah,
more moments,
his
and
first moment.
yeah, it needs
Yeah,
more moments on that. That will just be somewhat like a cult hero, something like a Divock Origi who have tons of moments for Liverpool. But at the end of the day, he's a cult hero because he doesn't have the stats to back up the
back it up.
moments.
Yeah,
Where it's where Westbrook is right. It's people are going over the top now because people just want to have this hot take and stuff. And again, it is not just a call out like I'm not call out anyone. It's just people in general. It's like we can't help the recency bias because that's how we are as human beings. We always remember the what happened recently. But if we actually take a step back, when you talk about the best left wingers in the world, you can't talk. Who else? If you have a choice right now, it's either gonna be Cavarscalia or it's gonna be Vini Jr. Rafinha make a stake feat, but you get where I'm at though. Like it's like outside of those two players right now, and this is right now, but Vinny has been doing it a little bit longer than Cavarscalia
Hmm.
at the highest level. But it's like what reached Vinny is what reached Mo Salah. Because you put your bar so high, anything that falls below your bar, not the bar in general, just your bar. So for right wing, the right wing bar is down here. Mo Salah bar is up here. But if Mo Salah fall below his bar to here, people start saying Mo Salah crap. I even want to put up Saka against Mo Salah. When Saka don't even
finished.
hit the bar down here so yet. Just because Mo Salah drop off at his bar. And the same thing with Vinny. Just because Vinny has two average season, because let's call it what it is. It's an average season. If you look at everybody else who play left wing last season, compare them to Vinny numbers, the numbers ain't bad, the numbers ain't off. Nobody else on the left wing have much more goal and assist than Vinny last season, but Vinny to Vinny standard is way off,
Yeah,
right? And again, Westbrook come again where Harry Kane is the same. There's a lot of moments where Harry Kane have, but when Harry Kane needed to step up in a lot of the games and drag Tottenham over the line, nowhere to be seen, including League Cup, including FA Cup, including Premier League, including Champions League, all of these things. These things are what make a great player great. For somebody who old enough for watch, and this is gonna age me, 98 World Cup, I can tell you going into that final, where say France was such an underdog in that final, it's not even funny. I put $10 on Brazil for win because it was so short, so I couldn't lose my $10. And one player win the game for France. One. If you ever get the chance, go watch a World Cup final, 98 World Cup final, and see Zidane playing. Zidane play left wing, right wing, attacking mid, center mid, defensive mid, and striker in the same game. You know, Zidane played the game like he might play against under 14s. Him look like him are the only Brazilian on the field. Who now get rainbow flick and listen, that was a game that put Zidane himself, put him in a legendary status after that. So this is where sometimes the ranking the people rank, them look only on stats and be like, okay, because Vini has this stats, that means same crap. Elite players do have off season. No elite player go through them entire career except Messi and Ronaldo, which is the only two go through them career where them don't really have an off season. You can't name two. You can't name another player in them career though where you can think of don't have a off season. Off season is there. We just experienced two superhuman. And that was just it. And everybody start rank and think this is the norm. This ain't the norm. Just two superhuman we just experienced. And on that bombshell, we're out of here. All right, guys, again, remember, like the video. If you're watching it on the replay, you can comment. You can dislike the video if you don't like our take. You can do whatever you need to do. But we're gonna be heading out now, and we are gonna be back on Sunday. You're back on Sunday, Riddick, or no? No, you're not.
No,
you're not
here.
Yeah, you're gonna be shooting your movie. Yeah. And Avian, you here on Sunday? Or are you busy?
I don't know how my schedule will look as yet.
All
So
right.
we will see.
We will see. But I am gonna be here Sunday morning. And it's going to be an interesting one on Sunday because the season is about to end because it's a Club World Cup final. So the season is officially ending on Sunday. And the season is officially beginning on Sunday because Liverpool have their first preseason game on Sunday.
Against who?
Or regular. I think Preston North End. We do Preston. Yeah, we do. Our first game at every preseason is either Preston or Tranmere, or sometimes both.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. And on that note, stay safe, everybody, and let's not forget the greatest player to ever wear number 20, Diego Jota. Take us out.
Oh, his name is Diogo. Oh,